what happens when you develop CNS depression is that your breathing rate goes down, your heart rate goes down, you start to lose consciousness, you may actually slip into a coma, and in a few tragic situations, patients have died from taking an overdose of these drugs.
Let's have a look.
Karma Corner coming in your ears. Rightio, here we go. Let's get on with the show. And what's the show? What today's show is, Karma. It's part 2 of this little mini documentary that I'm making to go through second chance, Paddy's second chance farm, and see how it's not really working out as well as it could have. So let's kick off and roll VT. So in this video I want to concentrate on 2 videos that were done yesterday. One was from Emma Cockerill, where she got Paddy on and she got Scotty on, and they jumped on and off. But it's 3.5 hours long, so I'm going to cherry pick some moments later on in it, because Paddy and Scotty aren't on for all in it. But then, when I just woke up, I've just seen Scotty went live at 4 hours ago. So like it's in middle at night. Fucking hell, and what I saw here is he's not ready. He's not ready to get sober. He's not ready to come off these drugs. From what I've seen from these last 2 videos, he's not really interested in getting clean, to be honest with you. Where he talks about, well, I can take this, I can do this, I can do that. He is not ready. Sadly, Paddy, Scotty, Paddy, Sheriff, everybody else believed him and thought he was. He's not. The old saying, you can lead an horse to water but you can't make it drink, is the perfect scenario for this. Because Scotty is not ready to get clean. He's not willing to get clean. He doesn't want to get clean. So anyway, let's just talk about the drugs that we're talking about here.
Mate, what am I addicted to?
You tell us.
Subutex.
So what exactly is Subutex? Well, Subutex is used to treat dependency of opioid drugs such as morphine and heroin. And it's to help drug addicts to get off morphine and heroin. And it's a prescription, try saying that with no fucking front teeth. It's a prescription drug, so he gets it from chemist. It's basically changing an illegal addiction for a legal addiction. But it gets you off heroin.
Well, look at Pregabs, right? Aye.
Owen?
Yeah?
Listen, just spit out the truth.
They're not addictive.
So, if it's not addictive, why does he want it? Why is he sneaking about? Why is he pretending that he's going visiting people? Because he's got his prescription medication, which he says he's addicted to, which he probably is, but he's gaining threat to gain these pregabs, and running about, sneaking about, and gonna get his son kicked out at fucking second chance farm. Well, they are addictive. It's fucking paperwork that are addictive. But let people see now what they're actually supposed to be used for.
To misuse, and I wonder, could you tell us a bit more about that?
Sure, we've become increasingly aware that these drugs are open to misuse. They produce euphoria, so they make patients feel euphoric, happy, more comfortable. We do know that these drugs are misused on the street. We know that people are becoming dependent upon them, and also they have a street value, so patients may be able to sell the drugs on the street.
Yeah.
So the main use, the real use, is to treat epilepsy, anxiety, nerve pain. So they're very strong drugs, and there's a lot of fake drugs out there. So if you remember back from part 1, where he's on phone to Paddy's enemy, And he's on about the real, they're not fake. And Scotty's asking, are they real, are they fake? Oh. So bear that in mind. But you can have seizures, you can fucking go into a coma, it lowers your heart rate. And then it all ties in to what our Scotty is looking these days. And you can then understand why Paddy is screaming and fucking shouting at him and telling him, do not come to this fucking farm if you've been on them fucking drugs. Because Paddy will end up on a manslaughter charge. Paddy, I'm telling you, if Scotty, there's a bit in this, if I find it, where Scotty's saying, it don't matter, I'll take them, but I'll lay on bed. I'll lay on bed so it don't matter, and I'll stay on bed till they're worn off. Well, what about when you need to go for a piss, Scotty? What about when you need to go for a shit? You've got to get out in that shed. And that shed is the side of a fucking river. Paddy, I can't see what more Paddy can do. I can't. And in this video, you're going to see Paddy's at his wit's end, and Scotty's saying he's going to go visit some people at Christmas, but he's going to stay clean. Well, and he says it's going to be a test. Well, we know that test don't fucking work, because when Sheriff took you to your counsellor or to chemist, you fucking lied to him and said you were going into your friends to have a cup of tea, and you come out with fucking drugs and off your nut.
I'm fine with Valium. Didn't want to nab with Valium. Right? Valium is in the past.
But is that true? How can Paddy fucking trust him that he's not on Valium? That he's not on all three? That he's on a cocktail of these fucking drugs?
Right? But, I mean, every now and again...
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're fucking not. Like I tell you the fucking day. It's all right to have a decent bird. No, what are you trying to say? What are you trying to say to me there? You're trying to say to me the tea name there. It's all right for to do it, just to do it every now and again. Have a burst. Well, no, hey, listen, man. Listen, when he's coming off fucking drugs, you can't even think like that. Oh, well, I'll just have one next week and one a fortnight later on. Listen, no.
No, but them Pregabalin and Gabapentin, I know loads of people who've died on them fake ones as well. They're really, bad, because a lot of the heroin addicts take them when they haven't got the heroin and stuff.
Listen, Scotty, in front of everyone. We've done this before. In front of everyone, you know the agreement. When you come to stay on this farm, the only drugs you can take is ones that you're allowed to take, which is your prescribed drugs, or you can have a fucking smoke and whatnot. As you know, and you've been deal on the phone with Tony Birdshit for what was Birdshit trying to...
I haven't, like, but never mind.
So throughout all this, Emma tries to be the voice of reason. She's like, Paddy's bad cop, she's good cop. It's like they're trying to get through to him because they don't know what else to do with him. Because now he's even lying about a phone call that's being fucking put out there. He's saying that he didn't do it. It's infuriating.
Oh, all right, it wasn't you talking to Tony Birdshit on the phone the other day. This is what I'm trying to tell people tonight. You're still fucking lying. You still can't tell the fucking truth. Even though you've been caught bang the rights in front of every cunt, you still can't tell the fucking truth. Listen. No, you listen to me, daft cunt. You on a phone call doing a drug deal with him, right? End fucking of. And you should have been fucking doing it, right? And no cunt is listening to anything you've got to fucking say, yeah. Right. So explain yourself. Explain the phone calls between you and Tony Birdshit drug dealing.
Well, I was
explain. While we all helping you, yeah, looking after you to get off drugs, you explain what you were doing a drug deal with Tony Birdshit the other night. Explain now.
I wasn't too hard. I didn't. I was off. I was done it too hard. I just didn't know. But I wouldn't have done it fucking with Tony.
So what you trying to say is, I was monged on the drugs when I bought off another drug dealer when I shouldn't have been taken, and I was that monged. I didn't realise I was buying some more off Tony Birdshit. That's no excuse.
Well,
That's no fucking excuse.
Well, how did I buy them off them? Where did I meet them?
Yeah. Throw him off.
Look, Paddy's got a temper on him, but let's look at it this way. The person that Scotty were on phone to is Paddy's enemy. And Scotty were willing to go and meet him to get drugs. Scotty the next morning pretended he were going to go meet his friend when he were actually thinking that Tony were going to go meet him and sell him fucking drugs. So just imagine in your fucking mind that they were fake drugs. And he did go get them. And he took them. And he fucking died. On Paddy's farm. Or, put it this another way. Is that monged out his ear? And is that willing to do anything to get hold of these fucking drugs? That, like, say if I were Paddy's enemy. I wouldn't do it, but if I were that way inclined. If I hated Paddy and he were my fucking enemy, and I saw Scotty as a way in, right, I could say, here Scotty, I've got some drugs for you, meet me up, I'll give them for free. Oh, just take this parcel. Just take this parcel with you. Just save it for me. Just save it for me, hide it on farm. And I'll give you, and if you save it for me for a month, I'll give you another load of drugs next time I meet you. Paddy's fucked. That parcel could contain fucking anything. All they have to do then is phone police and say, look, we've got a rumour that there's a parcel with a pea shooter or fucking whatever it is on that farm, and they could record the fucking handover with Scotty to prove that it's on that farm, so they'll get a warrant and fucking raid his farm. Paddy's back in prison for the rest of his life.
Right, Paddy.
Well, let's tell you, as soon as you do relapse, when you go for the drugs that you're relapsing on, do not return to this farm. So be warned, because the next time I see you monged, I'm putting me boot right up your fucking arse. I'm not putting up with it, right? I am not fucking putting up with it. So be warned. You've never once told the fucking truth with this fucking matter. So I'm not tolerating it, right? You're taking no more pre-babs. Whatever, full stop. You're getting your fucking prescribed meds and you smoke. That's the rules on this farm. Otherwise, fuck off.
I mentioned this at the beginning when Scotty were going at farm. I mean, my concerns were that he were next to that river. My other concerns were Paddy and that, they're not trained to deal with people like this. They're not Paddy's not used to having people fucking lying to his face. You know what I mean? And Paddy's outstretched an arm to help him. Look, you can all say, oh, he's doing it for money, he's doing it for money. Well, for £1,000, I won't be putting up with this shit. You know what I mean? He say all that money, say all that GoFundMe, which he ain't, goes to Paddy, and Paddy thinks, yeah, I fucking made a fortune here. I've got this fucking kid here. He'll be right. I can game doing fucking things out for him. For £1,000, fuck that.
Well, someone's offered us some like Christmas dinner.
Are the drug addicts? Are they the drug addicts, pal?
No, he lives in Burnley.
So I had to leave this piece in because he's on about, which you find out later, is Ralph. I don't know Ralph's drug situation, but I do know he's got fucking serious things against him. I'm not going to go into it, but it's not fucking pleasant. It's against women. And look, right, Scotty's going to go on later on and he's going to say, look, I'm going to go there for 2 weeks over Christmas and then I'll come back. It'd be like a test. Fuck me. There's no way Paddy can have him back on, because he's just going to use. He's just going to use every opportunity he gets. He's going to fucking use.
But let's tell you, listen, nobody stopping you, going anywhere, Scotty, as you know. All I'm saying is, if you return monged, I'm putting me boot up your fucking arse. That's all I'm saying to you. If you return monged, no matter where you go, doesn't matter who you're with, you return monged on pills, and I'm putting me boot up your fucking arse, right? So be fucking warned. I couldn't give a fuck where you gone. The only thing I'm concerned about is coming on my farm, kid. Yeah, You walk along that river, you fall in that river, monged, I'm responsible. I'm not having you living on this farm. I'm not even having you live on this fucking farm in them states.
See, this is where Paddy made a mistake. He thought putting that shed next to the river would be a great atmosphere for Scotty. But all it's done now is add an extra risk to Scotty. Because if he's taking them fucking drugs, he's off his nut, it lowers your fucking heart rate, makes you sleepy, makes you stumble about, he's going to end up in that fucking river. He's got to come out of that shed. Isn't he? He's got to. He's either got to get kicked off farm, or he's got to fucking go and live in cottage, or he's got to go somewhere. Else Paddy's going to end up with a fucking dead body on farm. And I don't mean Don's farm. See, because we know now Scotty's still taking drugs. He's getting older drugs. He's in the middle of fucking nowhere, but he's still managing to get drugs.
And it just hurts him when you're lying, even if it's like that, because he's trying to help you so much and he's putting all of his effort into trying to help you. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, I appreciate it. He's done a fantastic job. But it's just, I mean, Emma, if you were sitting in this shed, day and day, how, man? We'll drive up the fucking wild, man, surely. You've got to have a little, like a little vice, you know what I mean?
And this is the point in this live where I realised he's no interest in getting clean. I'll play that clip again where he says, I'm stuck in this shed all day or all night. You've got to have a little vice. So, let's put this in context. Your shed is a bit like me being in my fucking camper van. And when I go off in my camper van, I don't just sit in fucking camper van all day. You could go out, you could walk down fucking river, you could go walk into village, you could do all these things. You could help Paddy out around farm. I know this is a bit of a shocker to you, but I'm sure there's stuff wants tidying up. Fucking windows could get clean or cottage. There's all sorts of things you could do to help and facilitate your mental health instead of sitting in that fucking shed all day. And then saying, you've got to have a little vice, you know what I mean? So that means you've no interest in getting clean. None whatsoever. Not a fucking inkling in your head is about getting clean. And in other bits of videos, it says, well, relapse is part of the process. But you're using that as an excuse to relapse. You've no intention of not relapsing because you know you can say relapse is part of the process. I know we're going to do to put that other video in here with him on, but I'll let you go and watch it. He's saying if he deletes it, I'll do a video on it. But just go and watch him rambling, like 6 hours from this video now. He put his own video up and he's rambling and he's falling to sleep and he's got no fucking sense or ability to understand where he is. It's a lost cause at this point. I didn't put that bit in where Paddy says it's affecting his blood pressure. And he had to come off the live because it was affecting him. He says Scotty infuriates him. And now he's burnt every bridge with Paddy. There's no coming back from this. And Scotty's saying, look, go and watch Emma's live. It starts about an hour and a half in to watch all fucking Scotty and Paddy shit, but I think he's done. I think he's going to end up how he ends up. Because he wants to go off for Christmas and because Paddy don't want him fucking round his family. But then again, Scotty's got plenty of money. He's got plenty of money coming in, hasn't he? He's getting some money. So why don't he pay for a bed and breakfast over Christmas? Why don't he buy things to entertain him in shed? You know what I mean? Buy a fucking jigsaw. Buy out. Get some whittling, wood. Collect wood for fire. Just do stuff. I think Scotty is at a point where he just wants things for now. In that video it is. They're not going to play unless he deletes it. He's begging again. He's off begging again. And one of the worst bits in it is, he's saying to people, email me if you want to send me any money and I'll give you my bank details and I'll give you my phone number. So he's going to get a new phone number and we're going to be back at fucking stage one. Somebody's going to get hold of that number, somebody's going to ring him up, somebody's going to offer him drugs, and it's just going to be the cycle. Repeat, 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 repeat. Anyway, hope you have a great day. Catch you all later.